We are now moving into an amazing dance. I know her from ball. Beautiful, yeah. I love that noise. And she is going to be doing a journey with us on cultivating trust and safety in the body through dance. And she's an incredible dance facilitator. She is the founder of Liberation Through Movement, and she's a feminine embodiment leader. She's a creatrix of sacred movement spaces, and she is going to help us access our life force energy in the body, gain clarity and peace and pleasure and a renewed sense of inspiration. So with that, Mana, thank you so much for being here. Welcome to Emergence.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. I love when other people introduce me. I'm also excited to hear what they say. Hi, everyone. So nice to see you. It was really lovely to also catch the end of that session, so I can kind of feel where everyone is at and what realms you've been diving into. So what I would love to actually start with, to give me also a better sense of what's alive in the group, is I would love to start with a 2-word check-in. So just put 2 words into the chat box of what's most alive for you right now, as honestly as possible, in full truth. Okay, distraction, sugar high, nice. Excited, backachy, we can fix that one. Open, pleasantly spacious, overflow, expansion. Family issues, open-hearted. Cool, so we've got a lot of different things on the table. Not sure, also a beautiful place to be. Creative, expressive, and exploration, perfect. Exhausted, curious, nice. So go ahead and keep sharing things as you feel called. So as Chelsea shared, we are going to dive into a movement journey, but I am going to share a little bit with you first, because I find that, especially for people that are new to embodied dance and intuitive movement, it helps to have a little bit of back information about why we do it and what the purpose is, because it can feel a little bit uncomfortable. How many people here have been to ecstatic dance or have done 5 rhythms or any form of free movement or guided embodiment? Okay, cool. Most of the people that have their cameras on. The beautiful thing about this work is you can always go deeper into it, even if you've been doing it your whole life, which I have in many different forms. The beautiful thing about embodiment is there's always more you can discover, because it's founded on just allowing what is already alive to come through. And so embodied dance is really about finding your soul's language. So whatever energy you're starting with here, the curiosity, the vulnerability, the exhaustion, the excitement, all of this is going to be the source of inspiration for what you begin moving through your body. And this session is specifically about creating trust and safety in our bodies through dance, in this case. So I just want to speak to that for a moment. And the big question is why? Why is it important for us to feel safe in our bodies? How many people here feel safe in their body right now? Raise your hand if you feel safe in your body. How many people here feel that they can trust their body? Raise your hand if you feel like you can trust your body. And of course, this changes, right? There are some days when we feel super safe, and there's some days when we feel very, very unsafe. And what I would love to share with you are some tools on how to create more sustainability for your sense of safety and trust. Because when we feel safe in our body, when we can trust our body, then that is going to be a reflection of how we meet the world around us. And this is always true. Our relationship to ourselves, our relationship to our inner landscape, Our relationship to our body is a direct reflection of our relationship to the world around us and what we are choosing to manifest in our life. And so the deeper we can establish sustainable, unwavering safety and trust in ourselves and our body, then the easier it's going to be. There's someone that has their mic on. Can everyone just make sure? Cool, thank you. The easier it's going to be to meet life with that sense of safety and trust, no matter what's happening around you, no matter if everything is on fire and it's total fucking chaos and just like havoc, you can still maintain a sense of safety. You can still feel safe because safety is an internal experience. So it's super important. And there's a few ways that we can address that. One of them is to feel safe in the actual physical body and to trust your actual physical body. And this comes from knowing your physical body. There's a term called kinesthetic awareness. And kinesthetic awareness is when you know where your physical body is at every single moment. So I know when my arms are straight. I know when my arms are bent. I know where my legs are. I know how to keep my balance. I know how to navigate my body with mindfulness. So that prevents getting in accidents. That prevents having those silly moments where you bump into the corner of the table or knock over the glasses, because you are aware of your body and you can trust your body. So that's one element that we can address through dance, is heightening our kinesthetic awareness of where are my fingers? Can I actually feel my toes? Do I know what my spine is doing? Do I know where my center of gravity is at every moment? And the deeper we can understand these elements, then obviously the more control we feel over our body and the safer we will feel. So that's one element. The second element is feeling safe in our emotional body. And this is a really, really big one for most people, because most of us have had some sort of emotional repression, suppression since we were kids. If you look at infants, when infants cry, they get a pacifier stuck in their mouth. They get bounced, they get shushed. So even from being infants, we are taught that there are certain expressions that are not welcome. And these are the more, intense ones: crying, screaming, anger, rage, sadness, fear, anxiety. These ones that we're taught that we should kind of just keep inside and swallow down and not express. And so what happens over time is we start to feel really unsafe with our emotions, because no matter what, we're going to feel these things. It's part of being human. We're all going to feel fear. We're all going to feel these moments of anger and sadness. It's just part of the human experience. And actually, it's a very beautiful part of the human experience. And all of these emotions are actually a source of power, which we'll talk about in a moment. But most of us feel very unsafe to feel these because we've been told that they're wrong and bad, and we just don't know how to express them in a healthy way, or a way that doesn't feel like it's going to damage us or other people. And so there's a lack of safety in our energetic body, where we don't know how to feel our emotions. We're scared of our emotions. And so we disconnect from them. We numb ourselves. We don't allow ourselves to feel, and we kind of just live in this sort of like, I'm okay, I'm fine. When all of those things are still happening, because like I said, no matter what, we are energetic beings. The energy is going to keep moving and wanting to express. And so what we're doing is, it's not that we're not having those emotions at all. We're just not allowing them to move through as they naturally want to. If you allow an emotion to fully express without restriction, without holding back, it will transmute in 90 seconds. 90 seconds. I've gotten stuck in emotions for like months and years because I haven't allowed them to fully express and move through. How many people can relate to that? Just getting like trapped in an emotion. So there's actually very, very simple solutions to this. And this is learning how to, in the moment, express into these energies. So this is another element of how we create safety in ourselves. The first one is in the physical body, knowing the physical body, where it is, stopping that negative understanding that our body is some sort of obstacle that we have to deal with, right? Especially, I know for women, because I work mostly with women, many women feel that their body is just this really inconvenient obstacle that we have to deal with on a daily basis. And it's like annoying and frustrating, and it creates a lot of pain and suffering. How many people here can relate to that, feeling that the body is like just kind of frustrating and annoying? Okay, not that many of you. Awesome. Congratulations. I know I've spent most of my life just completely being totally frustrated with my body and spending many, many hours thinking very terrible things about it and wishing it would just be totally different. But if you haven't had that, then congratulations. So part of reconnecting with the physical body is realizing that this is an amazing gift that we've been given. It is a tool that we get to use to express our soul, to express the deepest parts of ourselves, and to experience all of the sensory, all of the sensual elements of life with the senses, the touch, the taste, the feeling, the vibrations. And so the body is actually a source of a lot of power and a lot of pleasure when we reconnect with it and we allow ourselves to welcome it back into our experience fully. So these are two main elements of safety, is safety in the body and safety in our emotions. And we're going to explore this a little bit in this movement journey. The last piece I will speak to, because I want to get moving, and I can see there's some of you that are like super ready to go right now, is how do we, like I said, maintain this sense of safety and trust when there's complete chaos happening around us, which I'm sure for most of us in the last 2 years have had a moment where it just feels like you're getting tossed around in a washing machine and it feels very scary and there's a lot of uncertainty. How many people have felt that in the last 2 years, these moments of washing machine? Awesome. Yeah, I've definitely had many of these moments. And the thing that will always bring us back is what I call the inner anchor. The inner anchor is that part of ourself that is unwavering, no matter what is happening around us. And in my body, it feels like this root that goes from kind of my heart and my solar plexus, and it just roots all the way down through my body, down through my pelvis, and down into the earth. And it feels physically, literally like there's this anchor that moves from the earth all the way into my body. And no matter what I'm doing, no matter how quickly I'm moving, no matter how much chaos is around me, I always have connection to that feeling of the inner anchor. And as you go deeper into embodiment, this is a tool that you can access. You can close your eyes. You can tune back into that sense of inner anchor, and it'll immediately bring you back to a sense of safety in yourself, a sense of clarity, a sense of peace. So this is also a very important quality and feeling to start nurturing that we can also do through these movement practices. Is this making sense to everyone? Can I get some thumbs up or like something? Awesome. If you have any questions that come up during this, please write them in the chat. A broken washing machine from the 60s. Nice one. Yeah, spin cycle for sure. So last thing I'll say about the washing machine is that, again, like no matter what, life is going to take us on a trip because this is why we're alive. And what's the point of being alive if it's just going to be like the same thing every day and super boring and we always know what to expect? Like we would actually not want that. None of us here, especially here in this community, we don't actually want that because it's boring. And as much as we think that we want that structure and stability and consistency, which is true, there's also a big part of us that wants the excitement and the unknowns and the mystery and the magic. And if we deny ourselves the chance to also enjoy and be in and lean into that other side, which is the feminine, right? The feminine is the chaos, and it's the mystery, and it's the magic, and it's the uncertainty, and it's the part of us that doesn't want to know where we're going. That just wants to be immersed in the pleasure of this moment. If we deny ourselves that part of ourselves, which again, in the way most of us have been raised, that part of us has been squashed quite a bit. We live in a very masculine world with a lot of masculine structure. And so that part of us that is okay with uncertainty and wants to be in the mystery, many of us are disconnected from that. And when we are disconnected from that, we can't live fully. We can't be fully liberated. We can't be living lives that feel as satisfying as we want them to, because we're denying a really big part of our pleasure and our being. And so the other part of the washing machine is surrendering. Surrendering that fight, surrendering that resistance of being like, no, but like, I want to spin that way. It's spinning the wrong direction, and I'm going to try to fight against it and do everything I can to like stop it and go the other way. It's like, that sucks. And that's going to feel really bad and create a lot of suffering. What if we actually just go, okay, like the washing machine wants to spin this way. So what if I just actually soften and allow and surrender into the swirl that life wants to take me on right now, and stop fighting, stop resisting. There's so much beauty that can open up when we allow ourselves to just soften and surrender into where life wants to take us right now. And just tuning into the last bit of this last session you were speaking about fear. The fear of, yeah, what happens if I lean in? What happens if I take that next step? And like I said, fear is always going to happen. But what if we actually just allow ourselves to feel the fear, because that's what our being wants to experience also. And at the same time, surrender. Be like, okay, I feel that fear, that like, oh, is like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen. It feels scary. And what if I actually just allow myself to surrender into that and see that where that wants to take me? And like I said, all of these emotions that we fight against, the sadness, the anger, the rage, the fear, we can actually use these as power, because when you whittle down any emotions, it's energy in motion. It's just energy. It's just vibration. And when you whittle it down to the core, all of the vibrations, fear, sadness, bliss, orgasmic bliss, happiness, joy, these are all just vibrations that we can use as power to transmute through our body, to move us forward, to give us more energy, to make us feel more alive, to manifest the life that we want and move in the direction we want to go. So when we can welcome our emotions, when we can feel safe to express them, then we reconnect with a huge source of power, of personal power, where no matter what you're feeling at any moment, even if you're feeling total, utter chaos, you know how to use that energy to your benefit. If you think about the energy of chaos, it's this like really high vibration. It's like, right? It's like all over the place. I mean, that's very similar to excitement, right? The energy of like, so how can we detach that label, stop thinking it's a bad thing, trying to suppress it and get rid of it, and actually just use the intensity of that vibration to move us in a direction that we want to go. And so this is how we bring the masculine and the feminine to balance. We surrender to what's true. We're not scared of our emotions. We welcome and celebrate whatever's there. And then we harness that and we give it direction in our life. We use that energy as the impetus to lean into that thing that feels scary, to take that next step, to make that call. And then no matter what is happening, again, around us, and no matter what's happening inside of us, we feel safe because we know that we are the one that can choose. And so when it comes down to it, this is all just about choice. When we are deeply aware of ourselves, our body, our emotions, our energy, also our patterns, our beliefs, our programs, the mind story. When we are deeply aware of everything we got working with, which takes radical honesty. And I know some of you didn't raise your hand when I asked who here has ever felt challenged with their physical body. I'm pretty sure every single person here has had some moment in their life where they were not so happy with their relationship to their body. And so it's also a good chance to just notice, am I actually being honest with myself? Am I being truthful? Because if we're not being truthful with ourselves, then how are we supposed to be truthful with the world? And how is the world supposed to be truthful with us? And so part of what is really important for all of us, everyone here, if we are in this place where we are trying to emerge into the next version of ourselves, we have to first come home. We have to go deeper inside to know ourselves, to have that deep self-awareness, so that we can really actually make free choice. If we're not aware of ourselves, if we're not truthful with ourselves, if we're not welcoming our emotions and our energy, then we can't really make a free choice. We're making a limited choice based on what our mind understands, what we've told ourselves to be true that might not be true. And we're limiting our potential. And so the more we can dive into these practices that I swear we're going to go into in a second, of diving deeper into ourselves and coming home more and more, then the more you will liberate yourself. You will be able to choose from the infinite potential that is available to you. And you will feel more connected to your power, more connected to your radiance, more connected to your freedom, and able to step up as the leader that you are in your life, in your work, in your community, in your family, and to really have that sense of sovereignty. Yes, makes sense. Cool. Okay. Some of you are ready. Neresa's ready. She's already lying on the floor. She knew was coming next. So we have just 30 minutes. And my biggest challenge with facilitating is time, because I can just go for hours and hours and hours. So we're going to dive in, and basically I'm going to guide you through a pretty simple embodied movement practice. The way this is going to work is you will close your eyes. We're going to start lying on the floor, so you'll want to have like as much space as possible. And we'll start lying on the floor. We'll get into some movement, and eventually you'll come up to standing. So in this next minute, if you want to just put yourself somewhere where that is possible. So you want to be able to lie on the floor. If you have a hard floor, then I would suggest putting down a yoga mat or a blanket or something squishy. Also possible to do this on your bed if you don't have enough room on the floor to lie down and extend your body fully. And this is going to be an inner journey. Like I said, all of this work is about coming home, because we have to come home first. And so I'm just going to be sitting here talking at you. So there's absolutely no need to look at me. There's absolutely no need to open your eyes. The more that you can stay inside, the more effective this is going to be, the deeper you'll go, and just the better experience you'll have. And like I said, if you're new to this work, you will have moments where you feel resistance. You will have moments where you feel uncomfortable. Lean into those. Those are also sources of power, those vibrations. Fantastic. And I will also put on some music. Is there anything else I want to say? So embodied dance means there's no technique. There's no way you have to move. It's not based on any sort of specific dance style. This is a form of meditation and awakening and liberation that is totally unique to you, the way you want to move and the way your soul wants to express. So there's no wrong way to do it. Just trust your body, trust yourself. So just closing your eyes and bringing your body to a point of stillness. And relaxing your body as much as you can. So if you're holding your arms up, if you're holding your legs up, just relaxing everything down. And one of the easiest places we can establish safety is safety with the earth. The earth is always there to hold us. The earth is always there to catch us. And so right now, just allowing yourself to surrender to the support of the earth by relaxing as much of your body as you can, relaxing all of the muscles, relaxing any tension you're holding, softening the belly, softening the legs, feeling the heart dropping towards the ground. Relaxing all the muscles in the face, relaxing the jaw, all the way down to the fingertips. And as you continue to relax and release your body, just ask yourself the question, what happens if I release just a little bit more? What happens if I let go just a little bit more? And then just notice what happens. So we're already diving into that place of trust, of feeling safe, safe to let go, safe to surrender. And the more that we can let go, the more space we open inside of our being for our unique energy to move through. So we're going to take 3 breaths here together with nice deep inhales through the nose. And then exhaling through the mouth with a sound or a sigh. A deep breath in. 2 more like that. Full deep breaths. Allow the voice to vibrate on the exhale. Last one, deep breath in. Good, and then on the next inhale, I'm going to invite you to reach your arms above your head and stretch your arms up above your head and stretch your arms up as long as you can, and at the same time stretch your toes down as long as you can. So you're stretching your body as long as possible, activating all the muscles, squeezing, stretching, squeezing, stretching, and then on the exhale, just releasing everything. Fully surrendering, releasing everything, even deeper than before. We're going to do that 3 times. Inhaling, stretching, reaching as far as you can in all directions, squeezing, 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 stretching, feeling the muscles, the skin, the bones, and then full exhale, fully releasing. Good, let's do one more time like that. Breathing in, stretching, reaching, 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 reaching. And exhaling. And we're going to do one more inhale. So last time inhaling, stretching, reaching long. And this time, if you can, if you're lying on the floor, on your bed, this time as you exhale, go ahead and curl your body over to one side as if you're curling into a little fetal position. If you're in a chair or not on the floor, you can just kind of contract your body into a ball as much as you can. Good. And then on the next inhale, we're going to reverse that and come back to our back. Inhaling, stretching long on our back, stretching, reaching, 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 reaching. And then as you exhale, curling over to the other side or contracting into a little ball as much as you can. We're going to continue this pattern on your own breath. Inhaling, reaching, expanding, stretching, exhaling, curling, softening. And so just starting to go at your own rhythm, moving from the connection to your breath, starting to dive into the feeling body. What does it feel like in your body to stretch? Can you feel the sensation in the muscles, sensation of the skin stretching? And then as you exhale, what does that feel like in your body to curl and soften? What does it feel like in the bones, in the muscles? And so we're just starting to activate the physical body in relationship to the breath, activating the skin, activating the muscles, activating the bones, starting to find this very simple flow in our physical movement. We're going to continue on with this pattern, inhaling, stretching, expanding, exhaling, softening. But now I'm going to invite you to start finding different ways to do it. So with each inhale, putting your body in a slightly different position to expand. Maybe you bring your legs and your arms up into space. And then with each exhale, finding a slightly different way to soften and curl. Maybe it rolls you onto your belly, or it twists you in a new direction. And so just starting to tune into how your body uniquely, naturally wants to do this, but staying with this pattern, inhaling, expanding, stretching, reaching, exhaling, softening, curling. And with every single breath, finding a slightly different way to do it. A new position to put your body into. Starting to be a bit more inventive with your movement, remembering that there's no right or wrong way to do this. This is an exploration of your physical body. How many different kinds of shapes can your body make? How can you put your body in a position that you've never done before that feels super awkward and weird? And just starting to find a little bit more range in your physical movements. Curiously exploring all the different positions, all the different ways you can move your body. Feeling all the different joints. And if you have the capacity, just starting to move a little bit bigger. So taking up more space, bringing more of your body up into the space above you. You can even come up to a seated position. And then taking up more space around you. If you want, you can even come all the way up to your feet, expanding all the way up, stretching, reaching in every direction, and then softening and curling back down. And I invite you to find something new. With every single breath, find something new, even if it's that you just move your pinky finger. Or you just move your little toe. How can you expand through every single layer of your body, feeling your heart expand and soften? Feeling your spine expand and soften. And keep breathing. Staying in presence with your body. This is a meditation practice. How present can you be with your feeling body? How much deeper can you feel the subtle sensations? And in the next 3 breaths, I'm going to invite you to continue this pattern, but find your way up to a seated position, staying in the pattern, inhaling, expanding, exhaling, softening. And then the next 3 breaths, we'll meet in a seated position. And after your third breath, keeping your eyes closed, but just taking a moment to bring your body to stillness. And just feeling what is alive. What sort of energy or vibrations are flowing through you now. If there's any new sense of flow, clarity, activation in the physical body. If there's a deeper sense of connection to the physical body. And on the next breath in, on the next inhale, go ahead and inhale and push your chest forward as if you're trying to expand your heart out from your chest in front of you. You can lean your head back, open your throat, inhaling, pushing the heart forward. And then exhaling, reversing that and curling, softening the heart back. So same movement, same intention as we were doing before. Inhaling, expanding forward. Exhaling, softening back. And already we're gonna add the arms. So as we inhale, we're gonna open the arms as if we're spreading our wings wide, pushing our chest forward. And then exhaling, just softening the arms around the body. Feeling that coming home. And we'll do this 3 times. Inhaling, spreading the wings, opening the chest, opening the throat, opening the crown. And exhaling, softening. If there's any sounds that want to come out of the exhale, just allowing the energy to move through as it wants to. Inhaling, opening, and exhaling. Good, and then the next inhale, we'll push our chest forward one more time. But this time as we exhale, we're gonna circle back and around. And we're gonna start just a very simple spiral. Inhaling, pushing the chest forward. Exhaling, circling back. Staying with the breath for now. Inhaling as you expand forward. Exhaling as you circle back. And already I'm going to invite you to allow your arms to release off of your legs and to kind of just float through space. The arms are responding to the movement of the spine. And as you continue to spiral, feeling the spiraling through the heart, go ahead and just trace your attention from the heart, tracing it down through the solar plexus, down through the belly, down through the hara, the womb space, down through the pelvis, and all the way down into the earth, wherever your body is connected to the ground beneath you or whatever's supporting you beneath you. And just starting to feel this root that travels from your heart all the way down your body, connecting you down into the earth. And as you continue spiraling and circling, using this movement to strengthen that feeling of spiraling this anchor deeper, deeper, deeper down into the earth, as if you're kind of twisting this root, twisting this anchor from your body all the way down into the earth. Establishing a strong root, a strong connection. And then once you feel that connection, continuing to move the body, but starting to give yourself more freedom, finding different ways to undulate your spine, different ways to circle, to wave the body, and just coming into a freer sense of movement while maintaining that sense of that anchor traveling down to the earth. Remember, this is just for you. Close your eyes, trust where your body wants to take you. Allow the energy to be free inside. Keep breathing deeply, expanding into the vibrations that are there, softening and allowing it to flow through, surrendering to the flow of the body. We'll take 3 more breaths like this, seeing if you can go a little bit deeper. Whatever that means to you, can you go a little bit deeper? A little bit deeper inside, a little bit deeper into your movements, a little bit deeper into whatever you're exploring. And we're going to continue this movement of the spine. But while you're moving your spine, just go ahead and place your hands on the ground in front of you. And we're going to take the next minute to continue in this exploration, this flow. But in the next minute, finding the most organic way to bring yourself through all the different levels, your knees, your hands and knees, all the way up to standing on your feet and continuing this dance on your feet. So with the hands starting on the ground, continuing to move the spine, just starting to gently, naturally find a way to emerge from this seated position all the way up to your feet as if you are birthing, emerging from your cocoon, this little creature, that's deeply connected to the earth right now. How does she begin to emerge, find more freedom in the body, find more expansion, find more expression. And remember, your way is the right way. Your way is the perfect way. How do you emerge in your own unique way? Keep using the breath, staying connected to the whole body, the skin, the muscles, the bones, expanding through the heart, feeling that root, the strength of the earth beneath you as you begin to rise, to expand upwards, to take up more space, to know that you are safe. You are safe to expand. You are safe to emerge from your cocoon and to rise into this more liberated moment of your life. And we'll take about 30 more seconds. As you start to move up to your feet, you can still continue feeling that anchor into the earth, but now it comes from the earth up through your feet, all the way up through your body, holding on to that sense of connection to the earth, even as you start to expand up and find more freedom in your upper body. Beautiful. And in the next 3 breaths, finding a way to complete your emergence and slowly bringing your body to a point of stillness. Keep your eyes closed, but come to a point of stillness. If it feels good, you can place your hands on your body to remind you that you are safe, to remind you that you are present here. And again, just taking a moment in stillness to feel what's alive now. Feel what kind of energy is flowing through you, continuing to welcome it, to celebrate it, to know that you are safe in it. And we're just gonna come into 1 minute of a shake so that we can just move a little bit more energy, to wake up a little bit more and see if there's anything else that's stuck there that maybe needs to move out right now. So right now, just starting to bring a little shake into your body. You can do a little bounce. I'm sure pretty much all of you have shaken your body before. And as you shake your body, finding as much freedom in your shake as you can, going in with the intention of releasing any little bits of stagnation that want to move through right now. Releasing any stuck energy that's in there, anything that's ready to move through, welcoming it, fully welcoming it, knowing that you're safe to move it, to express it. Just making that shake a little bit bigger, a little bit wilder, shaking out your arms, shaking out your head, making it a bit more wild, allowing it to be messy, allowing your shake to be messy and awkward and wild. Bringing your voice into it. Sticking your tongue out, shaking your head around. Allowing yourself to be free. You can move your body however you want. Allow yourself to be free. 30 more seconds. A little bit wilder, a little bit messier, a little bit weirder. Allow yourself to be weird. Shaking every part of the body, every bone, every muscle, every inch of skin, shaking through the heart, shaking through the solar plexus. 10 more seconds. And then gently allowing the shake to dissipate. Staying inside, close your eyes, stay inside. Root your feet. Stand tall. Just feel. Keep breathing, allowing the energy to move through the breath. Soft body, open, fluid, nothing to hold on to. Full flow. One more breath here. From here, we're gonna move into our final dance. And this is a dance of you arriving fully in your power right now, connected to your body, feeling safe, trusting, and feeling free to move how you desire. So the invitation here is to be in your full expression, to trust yourself, to trust your body, to stay with the breath, to be radically honest with yourself. How do you really want to move right now? What do you really want to do with your body? Doesn't matter if it feels weird, doesn't matter if it feels awkward or ugly. How can you do you fully right now? Whatever that means for you, this is for you. Allow this dance to be an act of standing for your unique radiance, for your unique power. Allow this dance to be a message to the universe that you are going to show up unapologetically as you. To know that you are safe to be unapologetically you. Taking up as much space as you want, using all of the space above you, around you, expanding as much as you desire. Continuing to feel that inner anchor, strengthening that sense of rootedness. And the stronger we can make our inner anchor, the more freedom we can experience, the more we can surrender, the more we can allow ourselves to be in the flow. You are safe to feel, you are safe to express. You have full permission to move your body however you want. It's your body. You can do whatever you want with it. Keep coming back to the breath. Keep feeling. We got 30 more seconds, 30 more seconds to be unapologetically you, fully emerging from your cocoon, arriving in your pure expression of beingness. Slowly finding a way to bring your dance to a close. Stay inside, stay inside. Find stillness in the body. Keep your eyes closed. You can place your hands on your body if that feels good. If there's a little sway that wants to continue, you can allow that. But in this moment, go all the way, as deep inside as you can. Feeling all the way into the core. Feeling that anchor as it radiates light and strength moving from your heart through your solar plexus, through your belly, through your hara, your pelvis, down your legs, down through your feet, and all the way down into the earth, knowing that that is always there. That you can move in full liberation, in full freedom, in full expansion, and you are always safe to be you. That it is your birthright to express, to feel free, to trust that your way is the right way, your dance is the perfect dance for you. And to allow yourself to surrender to that magnificent flow of life that wishes to move through you and for you. That your journey is the perfect journey for you. And that at every moment you have the choice to re-emerge as something new. And all it takes is allowing. Let's take one more breath here. And then keeping your eyes closed, but just finding your way to melt yourself back down to a seated position. Keep your eyes closed for now. But melting back down to a seated position. Feeling the legs relax. And just taking one more moment of integration. And this time, go ahead and place your hands over your heart. And taking a few breaths to give gratitude to yourself for the way you've shown up for yourself, for the presence you've given yourself, for the expression and act of love you've given yourself by allowing more freedom, more expression, more softness, more openness. And if at any moment moving forward, you forget, you find yourself fighting against the flow, trying to spin in a different direction than the universe is asking you, go ahead and just sit down and place your hands over your heart and remember that this is yours, this is your home, and this is your anchor. And you can always come back here to remember who you truly are in your uniqueness. in your perfection. Let's take one more breath together here. Nice, deep inhale, the deepest inhale you've taken all day. And a nice long exhale. And then staying in this deep inner connection. We're just slowly going to start bridging ourselves back into the external world. But see if you can maintain this strength of connection inside as we do this. So just starting to open up your awareness a little bit more, starting to feel more of the space around you, to hear more sounds, to feel your awareness broadening. Broadening and broadening. And then eventually when you feel ready, you can gently allow your eyes to open, to flutter open, and just take in the lights and the color and the shapes. And then when you're ready, fully emerging back into this community space. Welcome back, everyone. I know that I'm supposed to be finishing now, but what I would love to do to close this, because I don't think what I would really love to do would be to bring some people on to share, but I know we don't have time for that. So what I would love to do besides that is to just do another 2-word check-in into the chat box, just sharing with the group what is alive for you now. And I know that, you know, some of you still may be coming back if you went very deep, but whatever comes out first is perfect. 2 words into the chat box. If you want to put more than 2 words, then you're welcome to do that as well. Yes, that second to last song was 3 Sisters by Beats Antique. Gratitude and possibility. I am nice, rejuvenated, alive, and grateful. Blood flowing, grateful, safety and warmth, trust, amazing, release and peace. Expressed and exploration. It's hot. Good. Liberation, consciousness. Nice. So this is just like a very, 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 very small taste into what is possible in this really expansive, infinite world of embodied dance and embodied movement. And this work is really, really amazing. And it's so amazing that I've devoted my entire life to it. And usually the way this works is you either very, very, very much immediately resonate with it. And it's just like the biggest response is it feels like coming home for people that really resonate with it. Or it doesn't, and that's totally fine. But if this does resonate with you and it feels like it's something that you want to dive deeper into it, there are many ways to do that with me. I have different courses and programs and things that are easily accessible that will help you go deeper into this world and see what kind of magic it can bring you.
Wonderful.
And with that, I want more time. I
have a quick
2 more hours. I want 2 more hours. Okay, if Chelsea's okay with the question, I'm okay with the question.
Yeah,
I've been a huge fan of your work for some time, and I'm curious if you work with men.
I don't really offer live things for men, and my online community is only for women, but I have relaunched 2 of my courses as evergreens, which means you can just buy them and do them whenever. And so these are also open for men to purchase, because those are, and they're amazing. They're amazing resources. One of them is specifically designed for women, and so there are points in the program where I speak to the womb and that sort of thing, but I have had men purchase the program because at the end of the day, it's about awakening the feminine, which we all have in us, and it's really, really beautiful work for men to do as well. So yes, those programs are available to men as well.
Honored to spend this time in your work. Like I said, I've been looking at it for a year and a half or so, and man, you blow my mind. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, amazing. This was so good. And yes, we got permission from the tech team, so we're good on time. I would love to all take ourselves off of mute and rub our hands together and give Mana a big ashtahe. Thank you. Ashtahe.
Ashtahe. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. What a pleasure.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing
to be here with all of you.
Amazing. Okay. So Mana's information is in this chat. Yes, we've got Mark saying it's awesome. I love it. I love it. And yes, if you want to drop her handle in the chat so everybody, oh, it's already in there. You can connect with her on Instagram. And I know she hosts Liberation Through Movement because I joined it for a little bit and I freaking loved it. It was amazing. And yeah, she's like incredible. You guys just saw, she's amazing. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much for doing this and being here.